All right. So previously we talked about the like the money and cash flow perspective of carry arbitrage, but what about the like the order of this arbitrage? Okay, I think that's worth considering because you will not live in a textbook scenario. So if you have to do this arbitrage, you're going to enter a certain contract and you're going to follow a certain steps. Okay, so let's do that. So first, because it's arbitrage, okay, so you have to, not using your own money. So first, it's not borrowing money, of course, because you need to find this arbitrage opportunity. In order to find this opportunity, you need to enter a contract. So you're going to enter a certain contract. So for example, you're going to sell a specific underlying asset in the future. Okay, so in the future, right now I'm going to use T to represent that future. Okay, so you just enter this contract. At the initialization of this contract, no transaction actually happens. It's just some like a legal obligation that you're going to sell something in the future and other people are going to buy things from you in the future. So they're just a two-person like meeting face to face, or even they just send some email and some legal like a contract and they just sign it. Okay, so just that. There's no actual like transaction happens, but just some legal obligation. Okay, so once you know that you're going to sell that specific asset in that specific T in the future, you're going to find this asset. Right now, you don't have this asset, right? So, what are you going to do? You're going to buy this asset, but you don't have any money. Or if you have money, but you don't want to use it. But because we are doing an arbitrage, we don't use our money during the arbitrage. Okay? So, what are you going to do? Pretty simple. You're going to borrow money. So, borrow money, maybe from bank or any other third parties. And right now, just for simplicity, I'm going to say you borrow from bank. And since you're going to buy that specific underlying asset, the asset's price at time zero will be S0. And you can borrow that amount of money. And once you borrow that amount of money, you're going to, accrue interest because, you're going to pay that borrowed money back. But that kind of repayment will happen in the future. So it will have a certain, that will depend on whether you are like continue to compound or something like that. Right now, for simplicity, I'm going to 1 plus R and time T. That will be our interest, which will be paid later. And once you got that amount of money, you can actually buy the assets. And that asset will be S0. Okay? And then, since it's a carry arbitrage, so you're going to carry all the way to time T, and you're going to repay the bank S0 plus 1 plus R compounded to the T interest back. And since you already got these assets, at that specific time, you're going to sell this asset by using a certain price. And that F will be, that is already like settled in the obligation, and that's already written inside of the obligation, right? So if it's already written, you're going to set that exactly same price that is written on the contract. And that specific thing will be settled in the contract, okay? So that F, that certain price, is already being settled at time 0. So that's already written in the contract. Okay? So you are going to get that amount of money while you sell this underlying asset at F0, right? This is the amount of money that you will get. But at that specific time in the market, right? In the market, they will have a market price of that underlying asset at a specific time T. So this amount of money will be the money that you are actually making. Okay? because that will be the contract's value. Because you essentially you just have a right to buy to sell that specific thing. Okay, so things you already set the price to F0, and the market price is ST. What is the difference will be this contract's value. Okay, so that's the process of carry arbitrage.